So in previous classes, we were spoke about wage type and what are the steps, why we want to create. We have custom model wage type, every custom wage type and model type we have discussed. Once again, I'll repeat. Modern wage type is nothing but those are the standard. We should not do any changes and we should not edit. Custom wage type is nothing about when you want a wage type, you can copy and create. Okay? So now I'll be maintaining the configuration for the wage type. So the first step is you have to maintain the wage type. So the transaction code is OH double one OH double one. Okay, you'll get this tab. You'll get this tab. In this tab, since we are going to copy, let it be selected as a copy and continue. If you want to delete, delete. Here you have to select the country group. Okay, my country grouping is for India, and I'll maintain here India. Continue. Okay, you'll get this tab. Here you have to choose one of the origin here. Okay, one of the origin you have to select the one which is created before. Okay, these are the created ones. Yeah, if you remember in the previous class, I have told you whatever the standard we have, standard wage type, everything will be started with backslash. Here, all the backslash. So the backslash is indicating those are the standard things. So from here, I'll be taking any one wage type. Also, I'll remove the limit. Take the one which is project. That's suitable for your company. Okay. So right now I'll try to take personal pay. Okay. I'll try to take personal pay. Okay. Personal pay. I'll double click on this. The standard one is MP10. Okay. Wait step longest and text will be taken automatically once you give on enter. Okay. So custom. This is your model and this is your custom. Copying this, what you want to create. I want to create on the basis of now. Okay, any four characteristics and you can give. It is an alphanumerical. As I took personal pay. Okay, the same description I'll give along with my company code. Personal. Okay. Text for your personal pay, you can give any four characteristics again. I'll give the same thing again. Okay. Now, here you have an option called test run. Okay, test run. For what case this will be useful is to identify when you're copying a standard one, whether you're getting any error or no. Okay, now I'll select this, click on test run, and click on copy. And click on copy. Click on copy. If you see the bottom, you are getting a pop-up indicating in yellow. So whenever it is indicating yellow, please give enter. It is a minor error. You see here, the error is 0. Errors are 0. Test run. Okay. Test run. Highlight on the one which you have given. Highlight on the one which you have given, and then you have to click on test run. Okay. So test run will identify whether you have any errors or no. Okay. I'll click no copy. You will get an error which is minor. Give enter. It will show maintaining manually, you have gotten 0 errors. Okay. So that is to only test. When you want to copy, Just disable this and click on copy. Enter. Okay, now you'll get a request. So remember, if this test run is enabled and then you're doing this copy, that then the data will not be saved. Okay, when you disable and then you copy, at that time the data will be saved. So now I'm saving this. Data was saved. Okay, there is no any pop indicating data was saved. Okay, but I'm sure it will be saved. Once you're done with this, what is the next step? Now, the next one is check wage type catalog. Now I'll be using the path, SPRO, SAP reference IMG. Next, person management, person management, person management, personal administration, personal administration. Below this, you have to expand payroll data. Then you have to expand basic pay, under basic pay wage types. Okay. Now write the path again. SPRO. So the next one is after expanding your wage type. Okay, after expanding your wage type, you have to go with check wage type catalog. Check wage type catalog. So first it is indicating to create. So let's check where is its option. Yes, check wage type catalog. Here you can see expand this. Under that you have check wage type text. Check wage type text. Activate this. Again, you have to maintain the country grouping. I'll be maintaining India again. Continue. Okay. Here, all the customized and all the standard one will be listed. Now I have created, so I'll be going with position. This is just to check. Okay. Now, okay. Yes, it is created by copying M010, I think so. Okay. It is copied and created. Don't do any changes. Okay. After doing this, you have one more thing in the same step, in the same part. Check wage step characteristics. So I'll come to the same part. Okay. Once you expand check wage step catalog, you have to go with check wage step characteristics. Check wage step characteristics. So activate that. Again, maintain the country grouping of India. Continue. Position. We'll search for the number which you have created with the four characteristics. It's not showing. Most probably in this step you have to get. If you didn't get, once you get double click on that. Okay, double click on that. In this step, you will have an option called add to total. Add to total. This option should be enabled. In sense, in every month you will be paying, sorry, it may be month, it may be week also. So this option should be enabled, which indicates in every week or month you will be keep on paying the salary. Okay. Then you have amount always should be in plus. Okay. And number of unit you can keep it as minus. Apart from amount, that is plus. Apart from plus, you can take multiply symbol. So that is the star symbol. Okay. Once you do this, the most important thing it is indirect evaluation model. Indirect evaluation model. In this, you have to assign your tariff. EARIF. EARIF. This one you have to assign your tariff. This one. because this is the input type. This is the model which has been maintained for pay scale. Since we are discussing about the pay, wage, salary, you have to take tariff. A simple word I can tell it as this is nothing about a feature. Okay. Assign tariff. Then here you have an option called rewritability. Rewritability. So what is this rewritability? Is nothing about. Now you have created a wage type. In future, you want to do some changes in the same wage type. At that time, if the rewritability is enabled, you can do the changes in future. If it is not enabled, you can't do any kind of changes. Once you do this, save this. Now, once this is also done, then you have to go with the next step that is revise pay scale groups and levels. Revise pay scale groups and levels. So the path will be yes, revise pay scale groups and levels. Okay, above. Activate this. Here you have to maintain about you have to discuss about your pay scale type and pay scale area first. So first I'll assign the pay scale type here. If you remember, we have created pay scale and pay scale type, right? Pay scale type and pay scale area. Pay scale type and pay scale area. Okay. So whatever the pay scale type and pay scale area you have created, the same thing you have to assign here. Okay. I think I didn't create in this. So what I'll do is I'll take the standard one. So from here, country grouping of 40 I have to take. So country grouping of 40, I'll take this S1. S1 you have created, right? Raga software. I'll take this. And what is your pay scale area? A1. Okay. Pay scale area is A1. Continue. So work area will be automatically generated. That is 40, which is indicating your country grouping. Okay. Now you will get the screen. In the screen, click on new entries. Click on new entries. First, it is asking of grouping. You know what grouping if people have taken. So grouping out of memory. Pay scale. Pay scale in the munch grouping 40 na, ಇಲ್ಲ 40 na, 63 na, 53 na, 50 ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ. Okay. In previous topic also we have came across this grouping. Okay. But in this scenario, in your pay scale, here the groupings will be having a single characteristic. Okay. Single characteristic. So here I'll be taking 5 and PS grouping you can give any description. I'll give it as manager 5 single characteristics. Manager, this is different, this is different. Manager, any position you can take. Okay? Any position, for an example, I'm saying for manager. It can be supervisor, it can be team leader, employees, labors, anything. Okay. Now manage. In general, manager will be in the place of level 2. We have 3 levels, level 1, level 2, level 3. So all the position will be covered in the level 2 is like manager, supervisor, okay, team leader. These are the people will be having in level 2. So here you can give L2. L2 is indicating level 2. Okay. And then here you can assign your standard base rate, whichever you have created just now. Okay. You can take the same one or else you can take the standard one also. I remove the remote. I'll remove the limit. So from here, I'm selecting one wage type. Mm, which one should I take? Okay. I'll take time wage type. Okay. I'll take time wage type that is indicating BA01. This is the standard one. Start and end date, any date you can take. Start date, I'll be taking today's date. End date, I'll take the same date in the next year. And amount, this is the wage, right? So each week, a month, how much wage you're paying. Okay. Let's assume I'm paying off 850, 850, 100,000, how much ever you want, you can do. Enter. Uh, right now, the basis. Hmm. Hmm? Okay. Right now, here the content grouping is mistake. Okay. So when you have created your pay scale type and pay scale area, based on that, you take the country grouping, then it will come. Okay. Assign this and click on save. That's all. Okay. Assign this and click on save. Okay. Once you're done with this step, again, you have two more steps where you have to maintain the groupings. That is employee group for primary wage step and the personal subgroup for primary wage step. So let's do that. The same part, first one is employee subgroup for wage type. Activate this, maintain the context grouping of 40, continue. Okay, here you'll be having your employee group. Okay, right. I have created A and B, A and B. Here you have to maintain the context grouping. You can maintain one or two. Okay, one or two. These are the standard. Basically, these are the groupings. Okay, you have to maintain the groupings. So I'll give one for each and do this same. Basically, I'm grouping the employee subgroup here. And the same way, I have to group for personal sub area as well. I'll come back. Search for your company. I have my company, sorry, person area, Raga. For this also, you have to assign the grouping of one and one. Okay, this is the standard one or two. I give this and click on save. Done. So how to run this is you have to run this in PA30. Okay, in PA30 you can run this. PA30. I'll just show you how to run this. You'll get the screen. So as of now, I didn't hire any kind of persons. Okay. Whatever the person you hire, you'll be having a personal number, right? Personal number you'll have. For an example, I'll take any standard person. So let me take this person. I have taken the person. Now I'll be taking the info type 008. 00. Here is the basic pay. Now click on create. Okay, you'll get the screen. In the screen, the reason is no. You have created in hiring action. You have to assign the reason. PS grouping you can assign. Levels we have created, whichever level you want to create, you can assign them. Whatever the wage type you have created, assign your wage type and what amount you want to pay. Assign the amount and click on save. That's all. Okay. Since it is a standard one, I'm not doing anything. But what are the things you have to do is your pay scale type, your pay scale area. Reason is not mandatory. You can do, or if you don't do, also not an issue. PS grouping you have to give levels, whether it is level 1, level 2, level 3, you have to assign the and your wage type, the one which you have created, what amount you want to give, assign the value and click on save. Okay. This ends your wage step as well. Okay. And one more thing for Amir, later I can do for the another student. For you to hire an employee, okay, to hire an employee, you have to use the transaction code as PA40. PA40. Okay. PA40, you'll get the screen. In the screen, you should not give any personal number. Listen carefully. Now you have to assign the personal number, sorry, personal area. Assign the personal area. Suppose my personal area is RAGA. I'll select the person hiring action. I'll select this and click on activate. Okay. Once you click on activate, you have to fill all the details except this personal number. Start date, title, last name, first name, date of birth, action type, which we have created. Reason for action also we have created. As in that position, we have created an organization structure. The person sub area, you have to assign employee group and employee subgroup and activate. Enter. Okay. In the next step, whether if it is just going to the next step, then you're doing it correctly. If you're not doing it correctly, you will be getting a pop-up. Not only doing it correctly, if you have done any mistake in your organization structure or else enterprise structure, definitely you will get an error. Okay. You have to go through the step again and you have to resolve into the again the same step PA40, resolve that and again try to do it. Till you get a solution, till you get the data as saved, then your data is not clean. You have to do it properly. Then the person will be hired automatically. Whatever the numberings you have taken in the personal administration, the same using the same numberings, the first numberings will be taken for the personal number. Okay. This is how you have to iron personal number. Okay.